We are joined by Toby, by George, by Lucas, and by Lewis, who together are
Joy.
Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
It's a big day for you, isn't it, today?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's we've been building up to this single release for quite a while, and it's like the first release under this lineup. So yeah, we're really excited for this show.
Okay, so I believe the single actually came out on Wednesday, but the launch show is this evening at Rough Trade, Bristol. A decent supporting cast with you guys as well?
Yeah, lots of mates. We're really lucky to be around some really exciting bands in Bristol, and there's a really good scene at the moment, and it's a real pleasure to be around people like that.
What's the story behind the single? Because if you just take it as the title itself, Plastic Waste, R.E.M. Trench, you would think it's going to have an environmental kind of crisis kind of link in there.
Yeah.
From listening, that's obviously a way away from the case. What is the story behind it? How did it come about?
There isn't really a story behind it. It was literally just words that sounded good together.
Words that sound good together.
Yeah.
As all the best songs ever written have always been.
Kind of phonetic expression.
Yeah.
It was the first song we wrote as this lineup as well.
Okay.
So we inherited a load of songs from before us three joined on with Toby, and so
It was the first song that we wrote all together as a band.
Yeah.
So we thought it would be fitting to have that as our first release.
yeah, and it's kind of there's lots of like kind of aquatic themes within the song, and then kind of I guess we wanted quite an abstract name that kind of just sets a tone.
There's a video that accompanies the new single as well.
Yeah.
People haven't seen it. It's really cool, actually. Where did the concept and the idea come from? Locking yourselves with a load of plastic in the basement.
A friend of ours makes really good tapestries, as you can see behind us, and we knew we wanted to kind of do it all ourselves and get the creative people around us to contribute. So a friend of ours, Tom from Non-Collective, he has a really nice basement space, so we were like, cool, we'll use that. Then our friend Jen made these tapestries after listening to the song, so we used those. Then it all just kind of like accumulated together, and kind of we didn't really, I don't think we had a kind of clear idea.
George filmed it.
Yeah.
He was kind of
filmed
like
it on like a tape
VHS camera.
camera.
Yeah.
I think it all just came together. Like the tapestries link with the name quite well. There's a lot of wet plastic in it, obviously, all from the scrap store. So it's
all from the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
we dragged it up.
Which read it trudgy.
Yeah, it kind of. I guess it looks kind of like deep sea as well, doesn't it? But yeah.
And in terms of the sound of the single, for my ears anyway, it came across that there's quite a heavy sort of grungy kind of influence, very 90s. Yeah. It felt very sort of retro. And is that something that's just for that single, or would you say that's a sound that's synonymous with the band as a whole when where you were trying to go?
I think we're pretty much all 90s, born in the 90s, and
that's true.
I think
we just really like that sound.
I think it's a period of music we all agree on, doesn't it?
Yeah,
pretty well.
Yeah,
TV as well. Fresh Prince. Yeah.
There'll probably come a time where we stop with the 90s thing, but for now it's just like fun to do.
Totally.
It's just crazy to think that the 90s is retro. Does that steer into your musical influences as well and your musical taste personally? Who personally with each of you have been your sort of driving force and influences behind your sort of sound?
Yeah, we're quite eclectic, I guess, in terms of personal influences. I'm massively into like Sonic Youth and Fugazi and all bands like that. Anything DIY and noisy.
Atmospheric-y. I'm into like hip hop and stuff. So like Bombay Bicycle Club.
Okay. Just played in Bristol this week as well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Did you see them?
I didn't. No. Someone asked me today if I saw them, and I was like, no.
I don't know. I grew up listening to a lot of like Talking Heads, and my mum was really into like a lot of dancey type music, so that's what I kind of grew up with. And then I sort of like found my own way into the alternative music stuff and kind of gravitate towards more sort of alternative stuff that doesn't really kind of take itself too seriously, I guess. Yeah, something with a bit of danciness to it.
I've got quite an eclectic music tastes. I kind of
Does that
I think the Strokes growing like this. I was growing up. There was like into indie bands like the Strokes and stuff, and then definitely broadened into like electronic music and stuff.
Okay. So there's quite a lot. There's quite a mishmash.
Massive
as well.
mishmash.
Does that sort of permeate your own writing and your sounds? And do you all sort of cherry pick from your own influences when you put things together?
I think that happens naturally.
Yeah, I think the writing process has been really natural, which has been one of the pleasures of playing in this band. Personally, I don't think we've ever kind of really got into a rut with it or anything like that. It's always kind of flowed pretty well.
We're only each individually going to play what we like the sound of.
Yeah, and it's really naturally meshed together.
Been influenced by everything we've listened to.
On the flip side then, does that lead to any kind of sort of conflict of interest when you're writing, because one of you really wants to push a song in a certain way, but the others don't feel that necessarily fits how you're trying to drive?
I actually said the other day that we're pretty good at kind of letting not starting arguments and stuff like that. But I think we've all been in.
I would disagree.
We've all played in other bands, and so we've all had experience with like band dynamics, and I think we've all found that the best way to be most productive and most creative is to let everyone have the freedom to kind of find their own way to get to like the best point.
Definitely. I think that doesn't always work with some bands as well, but with us we've really kind of struck gold in that it's worked really well. Yeah. Sometimes bands end up sounding really confused when you've got members with similar.
This is the first song that you've been able to write together that you've released. Does that mean that there are others now in the pipeline, or are we expecting something EP-wise or something like that through 2020?
Something we're working towards,
Another single.
We've got another single
first.
Already recorded, but I think that I want to re-record it. Because I'm working on the sound production masters at the moment, so I recorded the single and produced it, and doing the same for the next one.
That must make things a lot easier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, studio fees don't exist.
I believe that the actual band itself in the original concept was Toby's brainchild, or Toby's love child. Is that correct?
And love child.
Yeah, love child. And so that was way back though, wasn't it? That was like 3-4 years ago. Yeah. And I believe the current lineup only actually came together last year, 2019.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Yeah, with this lineup we've only been a band for a year, and before that I met some people at uni who were also studying music. Lucas was at uni too. Yeah,
but we all were. We didn't know each other at the time.
Yeah, George was at uni. Yeah, we were all at uni together, but we didn't know each other yet. It was really weird because we were all in our own musical endeavours at that time. But yeah, it just didn't really work out with the other band, to be honest. And then with this new lineup, it's all sort of slotted in quite nicely.
And are there any actual Bristolians amongst the band, or have you all gravitated to Bristol for sort of education?
Yeah, no, we're all immigrants.
George, you touched on this earlier, but how would you guys rate the Bristol music scene at the moment?
I think it's probably, I haven't been to many other cities and explored the scene as much as I would like to, but I'm pretty sure it's probably one of the best you can get in the country. I think Big Jeff's existence says it all really. You can go to a gig every single night if you want to. It'll always be pretty good quality. You can always see a really, really good band.
It's almost like a new wave of punk happening in Bristol. Yeah. I would say because I played in a band in London growing up, and it's I could definitely tell the difference. There's not really any scene or community in London. It's all these little pockets, and no one really communicates with each other. But I can really tell the difference in Bristol. It's like a real community within the band.
Expect 2020 wise from Joy. What have you guys obviously got on the horizon? So you've got obviously more material penned, ready to go, potentially an EP. In terms of where people are going to be able to catch you going forward over the next couple of months, Any festivals on the horizon? What's the
I
next
think
sort
we'll
of,
be playing
We got
a
invited
gig
to headline the Pyramid
in-
Stage, and we're not sure about it yet.
Yeah, I think we're going to turn that one down because we're just so
It's a bit
busy.
too commercial.
But
too cliche?
yeah, I think we'll be playing somewhere in London
Yeah.
in February, and it would be nice. We haven't booked any more shows yet, but
Yeah.
I think we'll definitely be
This-
gigging.
People have been
Social, I
contacting
think,
us, which has been really nice since releasing the single. That was kind of the idea of it, to kind of springboard off this, to kind of like start getting more shows and get things rolling.
It's not a bad city, to be fair, for sort of
Exactly.
new music to emerge
Yeah.
and sort of get picked up on. So
Yeah.
you're in the right place. Did you guys put this event this evening? This is your
Yeah,
concept.
yeah.
You've put everything together and got
Yeah.
the rest of the bands together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll do
we're
a
going
tour
to
as
wrap up, guys, with a little game that we play, which is kind of how well you know your bandmates. So we're going to get a question. We'll see just how well you've gelled in the last 12 months that you've been together. So we'll kick off with Toby. So Toby, what would you say is George's worst habit?
I think we could all unanimously agree that George's worst habit is having his amp much too loud. That no one else can hear what they're doing.
That's agreed, George.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair
absolutely.
enough. That's totally fair enough.
For George, what would you say is what would Lucas say his favourite band is?
1975. That was easy.
I mean, yeah.
It's not even sarcastic.
No, it's
it's
fine.
real.
They're not my favourite, but I like them.
Up there with Bombay Bicycle.
Yeah.
So Lucas for Lewis, what would Lewis say is his favourite food?
Is it
Oh, I could.
sauerkraut? No.
So
I do like sauerkraut.
You got it.
He doesn't know me that
exactly.
well. That's the
You're
problem.
really close. You're really close.
I've only known Lucas
What
for
else
a
gets
year.
pickled? What else gets pickled?
Gherkins.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, it's all kind of in a similar vein.
So yeah, he was on it. That's why he was. he was
Louis will eat a whole jar of gherkins and then drink the juice.
Really?
It's really nice.
We've all got our things, guys.
Yeah.
That's what floats your boat. That's completely acceptable. And last one, so to aim the question, Toby.
Yeah.
Would Toby sooner go bald or get fat?
That's a difficult one.
Is this like what's actually gonna happen, or is this like what I
could
want?
What would you
Go
prefer?
bald and
What would?
fat,
So
if you had to choose.
I mean, I think he'd prefer to get fat.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I-
He really likes his hair, or he doesn't like his hair.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really difficult.
He doesn't know, so I don't know how you expect me to know.
If we'll record another interview in about 20 years, we'll see.
Yeah.
Is that
I'll
fair
have grown
enough?
hair.
I'm in the same boat. Cool. All right, guys. All the best for 2020. All the best for a cracking show tonight. I've had the privilege of seeing you guys play before at Cafe Kino, so I know what to expect. And I hope it's a great show for you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you. Cheers.